Hi, I'm David Buckland. Do you own many old economy stocks that are about to be disrupted? Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, believes the internet is going to greatly disrupt a lot of old economy businesses over the next couple of decades. The warning from Ma is that disruption process we have witnessed within book, electronic and music retailing, print media and free-to-air television is only just getting started. And in case you were wondering, the past decade has seen the value of 10 network holdings decline by 96% to $100 million, while the rivers of gold at Fairfax have dried up completely. And that company's valuation has declined by 65% to $2.4 billion, much of which is attributable to the Domain.com online real estate business. Given Amazon, whose March 2017 quarter revenue was up 23%, is only 20 years old, there is a developing economic theory which says when retail category experiences online sales in the range of 20 to 25%, then many incumbent businesses just can't compete. Expenses like staff, training and customer support are typically slashed. A death spiral often ensues because customers ask the question, if you can't get good service at a physical store, then why go to the store at all? Think Borders, Blockbuster, Circuit City and Radio Shack. And with 10% of the workforce working in retail, further disruption may have frightening ramifications. When you think about the extraordinary network platform businesses owned by Montgomery Global, including Playtech, Alibaba, Tencent, Apple and Facebook, you realise there are very valuable strategic attributes amongst these companies. The very low marginal cost of production and the very low cost of global distribution. As investors, we ask ourselves whether many of these high-quality businesses can increase their revenue while maintaining a very low cost of growth at an annualised double-digit rate over decades rather than just years. By leveraging the network effects, these technology giants disrupt incumbents while suppressing insurgent competition. One thing I observed is the enormous optionality inherent in many of these business models. Andy Macken, our head of Montgomery Global, will be writing about this strategic optionality with a focus on the Chinese-based Alibaba and Tencent. Suffice to say, that their combined market share approximates 90% of all transactions taking place over mobile telephones. And with 500 million monthly active users and 900 million monthly active users respectively, that optionality is likely to prove extraordinarily valuable. It continues to mystify me why in this day and age so many Australians are so underinvested internationally. Over the decades, a typical 15-stock blue-chip Australian portfolio would comprise BHP, Boral, CSR, Elders, Fairfax, Nine Entertainment, Qantas, Rio, Santos, Telstra, Woodside Petroleum and the four major banks. Of these companies, how many have performed well over the past 10 or 12 years? Excepting the major banks, the short answer is none of them. Conversely, investors in the likes of Alibaba and Tencent have enjoyed excellent gains. For context, each company now has a market capitalisation of around $275 billion US, or 2.5 times the size of our largest listed company, Commonwealth Bank of Australia. And if they were hypothetically listed on the ASX, their weighting would each be close to 20% of our market versus CBA's 8%. If you want exposure to some of the great global technology platform businesses, then please consider the Montgomery Global Fund. The Montgomery Global Fund was launched on the 1st of July 2015, and since inception nearly 22 months ago, I'm pleased to report it has put on 22% after expenses. After a relatively flat fiscal 16, virtually all the performance has taken place over the past 10 months. Over the same period, the MSCI index in Australian dollars has put on sub 15%, meaning the Montgomery Global Fund has added well over 7% of value, or an annualised 3.8% after expenses. Pleasingly, this has been achieved with 15 to 20% of the fund weighted in cash. That's all the time I have for you now. Please continue to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.